Happy Monday. Welcome to Real Talk Uncensored. What up, though? We got PJ here today. Tone is out another week. PJ, thank you for coming in. What up, though?
What's going on?
How you feeling?
Drained.
It's hot as shit outside.
It's too hot.
What I hope is that no one is wearing drawers and that everyone is drinking plenty of water. No?
Please bathe.
No?
Please bathe. Trunks and tees all summer.
What?
That's all we got. Trunks and tees, showers, and deodorant. That's all you need.
Swimming trunks?
All summer.
Do you wear drawers? Can I ask you that question? Or
Huh?
can I oh, my man. Can I ask you that question? Do you wear drawers when you do wear swimming trunks?
It depends on the trunks. If they a little bit too big and they might like drag down a little bit, then I gotta put some protection. I can't be ass crack showing.
Oh, you worry about your backside.
Yeah, I can't be having a plumber.
Plumber's crack.
You know, I can't look like a plumber.
Dang. So look, do you ever is it cool for a man to like not go, like to not wear underwear though? Is that cool? You said what? Yeah,
commando.
Is that cool?
There's nothing wrong with that. Just you gotta make sure your back. You can't be sagging your pants and you don't got no drawers on. They ain't a good look. They ain't a good look.
The visual is not working for me.
Nah, it ain't gonna work for me when I see it too.
You know what? I normally will not. Yeah, Dad, if you're watching this, listen. I normally will not wear underwear. However, I don't like to be running around in my clothes.
Oh, you just loose booty, huh?
I care about how it looks. Like, let me tell you something. Let me tell you the story real quick, right? So I used to model back in the day, and I went for an interview, and I had the sundresser because you know they like wear heels, wear a dress. They just want to see like your silhouette, or blah blah blah, whatever, right? I wore some thongs, and when I tell you, the person that was auditioning me was telling me, go back, come back, do it again. And I didn't realize until afterwards that I had walked back and forth like 8 times, and what he wanted to see was my tail running around in my goddamn dress. And look, he told me that afterwards. He was like, why did you show up here with underwear? I said, I got on underwear. But you know, I had on thongs. But you know, thongs, yeah.
Type of booty that just swallows the whole thing.
No, it was. So for real, the whole sundress thing is new. Like the whole people wanting to see your ass run around in your
Lord. TMI.
It's the truth. So I do pick days. No drawers day, I ain't wearing none. However, I can't. I work in a barbershop with a bunch of people, so I can't run around in there. They would love that.
I'm pretty sure whatever type of underwear that you wear, it will turn into something else less. So if you wear your grandma's, it's going to turn to boy shorts. Your boy shorts going to turn to thongs. And your thongs is no even point of wearing them.
Can I tell you something? This is the real truth. The grandma, they all look alike to me. Like, honestly, grandma drawers end up being, they're the same. I wear size 10 in underwear. I'm gonna let y'all know. And honestly, I think that I don't grandma drawers don't exist to me. I don't know if they got anything above that I've never seen. Well, they do because girls got bigger hind parts than me, but
Loud. But I know one thing.
What?
Them grandma drawers looking like that, I'm pretty sure it was closer to a quilt. Shit, how big them Jones be? You just go ahead and fold it. Like, you know how to quilt that the edges don't even stay down?
Yeah. Hey, Tone said he will be back next week.
Yeah.
Yay.
That seat is waiting for you. Oh, Lord, you done broke the bell.
Oh, shoot. Look, sorry.
Yeah, we just gonna do a ding ding on the
No.
There we go.
PJ gonna sing a quick song while I fix Rip Radio's property.
Lord. So what's been going on?
I'm off like a dirty fucking shirt. I worked all weekend, and I do want to tell y'all, I want to fix some things for y'all. Not that I am the CDC or I'm anybody's scientist or anything. However, but the hospital that I work in, I will tell you that coronavirus, the positive admissions are declining. So you can attribute that to whoever you want to attribute to. You want to give the credit to whoever you want to give credit to, but they're declining. But I do want to say this, PJ, that babies are getting it now. 19 babies got it, and one of the babies died. So if you think that these right here are not necessary for whatever reason, I want to see something about that too. For whatever reason, if you think these are not necessary, I want to tell you, think again. You got it. Did you see the news about the babies?
Yeah, I saw about it. I saw the headline. I mean, I don't understand. Oh Lord, this joint just got washed. Oh. Yeah, I got that little fabric. I got that fabric smell to it.
That's dope. It could be Flavor Saver. You could have booty on that joint.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I saw it, and it's kind of a hot topic on my timeline with me being a coach. And I've been saving my voice on venting about it. But as you can see, there are kids that can't get this. And fuck it, I'm just gonna say it right now.
Say it.
On my timeline, I got a lot of selfish ass coaches and a lot of coaches that just worried about their ego, worried about their ego and not putting the kids health first. Now, some leagues
define selfish for them.
I'm yelling selfish because they can't get. I mean, now let me say this. I do have a lot of coaches on my timeline that is very. They're good people. They care about the kids 100%. I talked about one 2 weeks ago when I was here. That was the coach of the 11-year-old boy that was shot and killed. He goes above and beyond, season or not. He goes above and beyond. But I have a lot of coaches that's just worried about wins and losses and losing kids to other programs and stuff like that when they're not putting their kids' health first. And we get in arguments saying that they're opening up schools and they're opening up jobs and stuff like that. So why are they canceling football or football? What I'm saying like this is, playing football stopping the spread or causing more of the spread? So it's a lot of coaches, it's a lot of leagues that decided to cancel their season.
Okay.
Which they took the measurements and they thought for precautionary reasons, they don't want to get sued or anything. They decided to cancel the season. And we have a lot of coaches that's like crying and pissed off on my timeline talking about this is these kids' outlet. We pick these kids up during the week and yada, yada, yada. My thing is, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from picking up these kids? You can still pick them up. If they come over your house on Friday to spend the night and then it's game day Saturday, what's stopping you from still picking them up on Friday to get something to eat and take them somewhere like a museum or something that's open on Saturday? So it's kind of pissing me off, and I give shout out to an organization that was very progressive when they first league was shut down. They was the first ones to say, just because the season is canceled, we are still going to continue to have practice. This is Montgomery Village, and then I give praise to them.
Okay.
They said we're still going to have practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturday. We're going to prepare like there is a game. This is a way to get the kids off the streets and they can still go to practice. And they'll do special events for them until the weather gets cold. And I applaud them for that. And other coaches that's in the area, other organizations stepped up to the plate and did that and followed suit. And I give praise to those. But the ones that's still crying, like, are you really caring about the kids? Because you using another example of schools being open and stuff like that. That's like somebody getting pulled over for going 75 miles an hour but pointing the finger at somebody talking about why you get the other man that goes 95.
Right.
Y'all both wrong. So it's
I can't.
It's crazy.
Hello,
crazy.
Caller. Who am I speaking with?
Just Cinnabon calling for Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey, Cinnabon, what up, though? Thanks for calling. What's up?
I was just listening and stuff like that. Everybody got to realize that there is money and politics involved. And y'all got to look way, way deep beyond the surface and see what's connected to what, who's connected to what, and see why certain places are doing, certain places aren't doing, certain things like NFL is going to play, certain people are doing this. Everything is always about money. And we got to get to a point where we got to realize, like, okay, what's really happening, like, than what we're seeing. A lot of stuff is run by a lot of money, a lot of underlying politics, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question, Cinnabon. What's the climate
Sure.
down? What's the climate down in North Carolina, in Charlotte, real quick? While we talking about this, what it look like down there? Everybody free? They
well-
off punishment down that joint?
No. Say it again. I couldn't hear that part.
I said everybody off punishment, so to speak, down there, or everybody still observing precautions?
They doing what they want to do.
Yeah, they are punishment.
They doing what they want to do. And that's why we back in high red numbers again, and getting ready to start to do another phase of a shutdown again and stuff like that. So it's crazy down here. It's really crazy. It's almost the same as back home, but it's just people just half care and half don't care. You know what I'm saying? And some walk around that they want to be a death wish.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
It's crazy.
Thank you for your comment, sweetheart. I said, appreciate your comment. I said, we see that all the time.
All right.
Yeah, and
Go somewhere, but don't go nowhere, Cinnabon.
I think I don't want to bring the mood back down again, but my father just passed away.
May he rest in peace.
He had COVID when he initially went into the hospital. See, this is the thing where
Come on.
people don't understand, because first of all, not one person could tell me this is fake or this is not real, because I seen it firsthand, and I heard the stories before I saw it firsthand, so I took it serious. But the thing that people don't understand with it being quarantine, well, let me clear my father's name up first. He had COVID when he went in. He was in the hospital for a month and a half.
48 days.
48 days.
Yes.
He was clear with COVID 2 weeks. He didn't have it no more in the system. He took 3 tests and it was gone out of the system. But it destroyed, I'm going to say it destroyed, but it hurt his respiratory system. So he would struggle to breathe. But this is the part where people have to understand. When you have to go to that hospital and you're in that hospital room, there's no family seeing you. There's no family seeing you. So you want to go out there and risk it, and that's why I was getting at with the coaches thing. You want to risk that? You want your kid in the hospital and he cannot see his mother, his father, his brother, nobody. He is just him and the doctor. You're putting the faith of somebody's life in the doctor's hand. And what happens if that day, that nurse that's supposed to take care of him over midnight feels like they don't feel like working that night? You're putting a big risk.
Or that day.
On that day,
Or that day.
no, on that
The
day, because
day shift nurse. Or that
you
day.
are a nurse, and I will applaud the nurses that for the bulk of the days that he was at Doctor's Hospital. I give for the bulk of the days they looked after my father.
Yep.
He had to go to a rehabilitation center. I'm not going to say no names because we still in a weary of things, but he wasn't taken care of. And normally when somebody goes to the hospital, we so conditioned when somebody goes to the hospital, somebody always a family member spending the night there.
Yep.
We constantly visit them. We over and over again, somebody's always there. So if the nurse lacking, you got a family member that could back them up.
Yep.
You can't right now. And I don't want any single person to go through what I had to go through, what I'm going through right now. It's so serious, and it's so bigger than just catching the virus and sitting home for 2 weeks and getting over it, because the hospitals, there's no visitation going on
At all.
It's no and it's killing my soul that I wish my father died from natural causes, but it might be neglect because of the place that he was at. He couldn't breathe overnight and nobody was paying attention to him. Do you want to put your family at that type of risk? Do you want to put a kid at risk because you want to throw a football? It's bigger than that. You want to go to the bar, you want to party, and you can social distance at a bar, but you want to go to a packed club just because that's the hype thing to do right now?
The mansion parties. No shade to them. The mansion parties with the pools is popping.
No one... It's like being on lockdown. Only person you can see is your CO. Your CO is your goddamn nurse.
Yep.
No family, no visitations. It's real.
You know, when I was telling you this prior to your dad, prior to any of this with your dad, me and you had many conversations. about things that I really couldn't say. And you sit at those bedsides. You are the family of that patient for 48 days or for 29 days there was a whole. Right now we have a family that's in there. You know why? The dad had it, the sister had it, the brother got it, and the sister got it. The father. This is a story that touched my soul. Right? The father said, no. The way he thought, because he was a foreigner. The father said, "Don't work on me. Work on my kids. I've been here long enough. Let me go." You know, the first person to leave that hospital cured of this, the dad. The family came in because one of the family members had know someone there. We every day we was just talking. Come on, sir. Take this. Do this. He was on his deathbed, and finally he came around and got with the program, and he's free from this and discharged. It happens, you cannot be at that bedside. Like, we have things that you can do. You can FaceTime with your family, but I'm gonna tell you something about healthcare and healing. You need the support of your family faces. You need those visitations turn a lot of stuff around, or the lack of it.
My father was
doesn't.
depressed. He was depressed because there was no visitations.
Yeah. Yep.
It is so huge, especially when you know that we're so used to going to the hospital, being a day or two and getting out of there, and that's fortunate. But when you have to spend those long stays there, it kills your mental.
It's like an institution, like institutionalized in the sense, in the literal sense of the word. You institutionalized. Every day you don't see nothing coming. My mom went through that. My mother was like over it. May she rest in peace. She was over it. So when y'all think that this stuff, I don't care where it came from, it's here. So when y'all think about that shit, think about your family members having to die by themselves.
Think about it. I'm gonna leave it on one note. Like, my dad's not here, and there's a thing called a death certificate, right?
Hey.
And on that death certificate, they wrote that he died from COVID. He didn't have not one piece of that virus inside of his body anymore, but they wrote COVID on that death certificate. So right now we're fighting for my father to get buried next to his brother, so we can even have a memorial, so he can go out the way that he should go out.
Because tell him, if you have it, what happens?
If you have COVID, you cannot have a memorial service. No church is going to accept you. Nope. You have to get cremated. Yep. So we're fighting. Like, who wants, y'all have to take this. I wish this on nobody right now. When I say I'm stressed, I'm stressed. This is my therapy. This is me venting out. I've been wanting to make a video on my page for the last 3 days, and I couldn't muster the words until now. Like, everything I'm saying, the pain that's in my voice, the hurt that's in my voice right now, do you want to put that on your kid? Do you want to put that on your uncle? Do you want to put that on your mother? Do you want to put that on your father? When you say it's not real? Or do you want to play these type of behind the scenes games when they're in the hospital, they might have COVID and recover of it, and they might die for something else, and they trying to throw COVID on it? So who wants to play those games? It's serious, y'all. You can talk about who's doing what Trump didn't do or whatever, but we still have control of what we can do.
Correct.
Take control, yo.
Listen, this is Wick right here. Wick, if you can't call in, if anybody on here is a survivor of coronavirus and they don't mind giving us the experience, please call in 301-232-5700. I'm going to read Wick comment. Happy birthday, Wick. He said, I went through it. God bless the nurses that came to work every day to help those on the corona floor deal with this shit. It's serious. Wick came through it. Big Bucci came through it. We lost a lot of people though who beforehand. Because I'm gonna tell you, just now they have sort of a handle on how to combat this. And I'm putting my fingers up, sort of a handle. A lot of people who came out of it maybe a month or 2 or 3 before that didn't have a ice cube's chance in hell because they did not know. So I want to give immense support to the families who lost people from this during the time that they was trying to figure it out. The sacrificial lambs. I want to thank them for their part in this, because without them, we wouldn't even be where we are now.
There are definitely a lot of good doctors and a lot of good therapists. There is some incredible ones that sacrifice and that treat your loved ones like family.
Every day.
But it's a crapshoot. It's a small crapshoot. It's like playing Russian roulette with a loaded gun, with an unloaded. Well, that's playing Russian roulette.
That's
one
playing
bullet,
Russian
right?
roulette, yeah.
You just hope you don't get that one bullet. But like I said, we have control. We all have control. But I praise you.
Thank you.
I praise you. You don't understand how much I praise you and every doctor that goes in there and take their job serious, even if they don't want to be there. They take it serious because they understand they got somebody's life in hands.
Well, understand that from the show, you got our immense support, continued support, whatever we can do, whatever you need, in whatever capacity you need me. And I'm sure Tone will share my sentiments, and White Man as well. We hear
I
from
already
you.
shared them sentiments.
Hey,
Hey,
what up,
hey,
Tone?
hey.
What up, Tone?
Love to hear
What
your
up,
voice.
Nobody?
Well, first off, my deepest condolences to Mr. Coleman, man.
Thank you.
I can't begin to imagine what you're feeling right now. You know what I mean? And you know how they trying to carry it with your old man. That's just disrespectful, man.
Correct.
You know, I need people to take this disease more serious, this virus more serious, man. And you see videos and see people every day. I watch people every day, and they have no regard. And it's not a young people having no regard. It's just people in general.
Right.
They don't care. This is serious, man. Yo, you do not realize we're being quarantined from the fucking world, yo. You know what I mean? Look at these numbers, and we have a president that doesn't care about us. You know what I mean? He doesn't care. He has no clue. You know what I mean? But us as people, we need to take care of ourselves. Man, it's just disrespectful. But what I wanted to touch on real quick is Virginia has changed. Since Virginia is in phase 3, they finally released they're releasing, and they're saying one family member, one person is allowed to be in the hospital with you now.
That's
this just
awesome.
changed. It just dropped from last week. This just happened last week. They're allowing one person to be there with you. But there's a catch with it because you can't run in and out. You just can't be walking all over the hospital. No, you have to go to that person's room and stay with that person. You can't leave. You know what I mean? Once you leave, you ain't getting back in. But
Hey, Tone, what was the turnaround point?
Here,
did they give the reason why did they give the reason why they moved to phase 3 with that already, or it's just part of
I
the course?
think I can't speak for Maryland, but I guess it's a Virginia thing because it just dropped. I know somebody's having surgery tomorrow, and it was like they weren't have to be there by himself. It didn't matter. If you're having, and so let me get this straight. If you have COVID, you're not going to be able to have any type of family member be there with you.
Yeah.
Now, if you're having surgery, you're allowed one family member to be there or somebody to be there with you during the surgery and during your recovery. They're allowed to be there, but you can't walk all over the hospital. You have to order your food from there. You have to stay in the room with the patient.
Okay.
It's just that's just what it is, and I know this is what they're doing in Virginia. I don't know what they're doing in Maryland, but Virginia, this is where we at right now.
Well, I can't speak on that either because I don't work on that floor. So I'm going to check into that, so I'll be able to have a definite answer for you next time I see you, Tom, about Maryland.
Please and thank you, because I know. Now, can we bring up something lighter note? I know, Mr. Coleman, but I need to talk about this, man.
I think I know where you going. Take me to the Underground Railroad.
Come on,
let's go.
I want to go too.
Listen, so look, man, this is some real. I'm feeling P Valley. I don't know about y'all. The little Mercedes bitch, when she fucking twerked and went upside down, put her feet on the ceiling, and was twerking off the ceiling, I was immensely aroused, man. I was like, look at this shit here. I want to strip a pole right now. Now, you know me and my stance about the gay people. I'm not a real fan. But Uncle Clifford, that's my man. You know what I mean? I kind of like the show. I'm digging where it's going. I'm liking it so far. It's exposing some of you undercovers down there. They're exposing you down south, dirty undercover motherfuckers. I had to talk about that real quick. Yo, y'all have a great show. I'm about to go find out and turn somebody's gas off, man. I'm going to see y'all next week. Please show up next week. Be in the studio with us next week. Please
stay away from my house, man. Stay away from my house. He said, I'm about to go turn somebody's gas off.
Thank you, Tom. So, I got a question for you, White Man and PJ.
Lord, here we go.
If Harriet Tubman did not free the slaves, who did? did.
She freed him, but they made him go work for a white person. You know what? This is, oh my God. There's some truth to what he said. There is, keyword, some.
I gotta put my glasses
There is some truth to what they said. I think when he first made the comment, I think people was kind of making it seem like, okay, they freed slaves. He took the slaves and take them to other slave masters and stuff like that. I think it is true. They did work for white people. They did work for the white man or the woman or whatever, but they wasn't slaves anymore. What puzzled me is the message was kind of true. The delivery was way off, and the third part was, what was the point? What was the point
at that moment?
At that moment to even mention? Now you about to get this, and slavery was a choice.
You about to get drugged.
Oh
You got a caller?
Lord Jesus!
Hey, caller. Sorry. Thanks for
I
calling
was
in.
waiting. This Cinnabon, I was waiting. Thank you, Tone. I was waiting. Look here, y'all. Don't get distracted. You gotta remember his mother was very educated and everything. You remember he just got tons of money from Trump. Trump is the only dumbass that would say some shit like that. So he knows his history. His mother was very educated, so he knows he got that money. Remember, he got a large lump of money from like that. Well, not stimulus, but they were given for businesses. People, don't be fooled that this man, he ain't dumb by no means.
At
He's
all.
dumb when it comes down to his boy. Now, don't get me wrong, he might be bipolar, some things he's still reflecting off his mother, but you only could use that card for so long, Kanye. But remember, y'all, he got money from Trump. Trump says some stupid stuff like that. So we gotta, like I said, with money and politics, I gotta read between the lines. All of a sudden, remember, when Trump was running, he popped up again with some stupid stuff to get us off track. We can't be, you know, off track and distracted by. Gotta remember, every time Trump was getting ready to do something, here come Kanye, right on, got the money, bam, I need you to do this. So you gotta look where it just, you know, you just want to throw something at your TV, but you think it's gonna go on through and hit them.
Yep.
You just want to just do that, or do like we used to do a pet rally, throw the toilet paper wet roll at somebody. But he's doing this for a reason. To throw us off so we can have conversation and forget. Now, you know, we can't forget about the COVID. We can't forget about this, but we can't forget about what Trump is doing. So it's always something. Look at the patterns and whatnot. So he got that lump sum of money for his company. He ain't need it, but I'm going to pay you this, so I need you to distract when I tell you go on cue. Dumbness, go on cue.
Okay.
I still think he a genius though.
Okay. Yeah, I said thank you. Okay. White man, what was you getting ready to
I
say?
said, what did he say?
No, I said no, because somebody put something on the comments. They said that
I can't see it.
most crazy folks are smart. I still think he's a genius
He's a genius.
to some sort.
Of course, come on. But
But-
you gotta realize, come on,
yeah, he
look at his history. He's not dumb by no means. Records, music industry, fashion. You know what I'm saying? He's not dumb by any means. But if you're gonna why did he need that money? That's the first thing. Why did he need that lump sum of money? If you got a Kardashians in your pocket and you making money, blah blah blah. Why he need it? You know what I'm saying? So we gotta look at beyond that. So yeah, but yeah.
All right.
He did what I do. I'll take the money too.
Come on, bitch. What?
Give me a bail out. Bail me out for my bills.
Period. Come on, what I think and say. Come on, white
Sign a
man.
contract to say, look, take the money. First, you got to sign it to be done for 2 times. Yeah, maybe I might take the money, but he done it.
All right, Bun Bun. True.
All right.
Definitely.
Here's what I'm gonna say.
Uh-huh.
I'm sick and tired of everyone claiming he's a genius, maybe a musical genius,
Okay.
and leave it at that. This guy is bored out of his mind. He's got 3 to 4 kids to deal with. He's got a wife that overexposed herself.
5.
Whatever. Honestly, I'm gone past the trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because of the loss of his mother. His mother's been dead for 10 years. I'm done with this. This is a fracking distraction. Yes, I'm using fracking if anyone watched Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
He said, yes, fracking. They was cussing back then.
I'm done with this. I don't need him. I don't want him. That woman, the video I showed you before the start of the show, perfect example. I'm out of here. I don't need this.
Can you read?
Actually, I will try
Look,
to
so
find
hey,
that video.
PJ, you got to see.
So,
That Bama start talking and start acting sideways. The lady was like, I'm out of here.
Oh, the Harriet
You see?
Tubman. But
because of the fact that you know, for someone to say all that, and mind you, you can say there's some mild truth to it.
It is.
There is, but the percentage of it is so small from him, it doesn't make sense.
You know what I like in that too? When they tell you that this is 100% fruit juice. Like there's 100% fruit juice in this motherfucker. But it's got
but they got some other stuff in it. My thing is, I do like the dude.
Well, this is 100%
Okay,
human hair.
Obviously,
it's comprised
yeah.
of human hair.
he's obviously a great musician, great
Obviously.
No,
producer.
he's a great rapper.
No,
he's a rapper. Forget
He's
the
not a
musician part. There's no musician.
He's a
This
music-
day
he's a-
and
he
age-
was a
this day and
producer.
age- This day and age, I'm tired of rappers being called musicians. They're not musicians. They don't barely make music.
White
All they
man
do is
hates
rap.
Kanye West.
That's it.
He's a producer.
White man hates Kanye
Producer?
West.
He was a
Doesn't
producer
make
before
beats.
a rap. He
Doesn't
makes
make
be-
beats.
he makes
Yeah, he
beats.
makes beats.
He
I haven't seen him
he
make
produced
does.
what?
He writes-
Okay, so
he
now
writes-
listen.
he writes too. He
Let
writes
me
too.
get this straight because we
writes.
not going just because you don't know doesn't mean that it ain't real. Listen, he is a he is first and foremost he was a producer that became a rapper.
Out of chance.
And out of chance, he tried to, he was gifted at that. The man has created a lot of hits. He has orchestrated a lot of hits for other people. The man created the #1 church out of nothing. I'm going outside with 20 people singing, and I'm Kanye, and he made the #1 church. He has the #1 clothing line. He just inked the deal with Calvin Klein.
He did.
I'm not Calvin Klein.
Calvin
Gap.
Klein.
Just
Yeah,
Gap.
yeah.
He been working on that for almost 10 to 15 years.
Okay. Go on.
He has a resume. He
White
when,
man
when,
said
when,
blah,
when-
blah, blah.
Let's finish.
you can say all he want. When a guy put his mind to something,
He
and
does
just for the
it.
mere fact that he said he's running for president, and he's even getting this much traction. How many other celebrities said they're running for president?
A lot
The
of people-
Rock.
Because
A
they're
lot of
You
people-
smell what The Rock is cooking.
A lot of people. And it didn't go nowhere. It didn't even lift off.
Okay.
So go ahead, white
All right.
man. He's like blah blah blah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm hearing. It's a bunch of blah blah blah. That's all it is.
I'm naming
Because
facts.
You can name all the facts you want, but let's be honest here. All it is major attention for him.
Okay.
That's it. He's a attention whore and doesn't want to fully admit it.
Guess what? Are you going to blame him for the attention, or are you
the
going to blame the person that's
people.
giving their attention?
Exactly.
He put himself out there to try to attract that attention. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
Okay, then. So for those who are quote unquote fans of Kanye West, I would understand the simple fact is like, okay, yeah, I'll listen to what he has to say. And I'll give you, like I said, the perfect example.
You gonna give us an example, y'all?
So
of a
are you
fan.
mad at Kanye, or you're mad at the people that's gullible?
I'm mad at Kanye
For fucking what?
for
He's
not sending his dumb ass down in a situation that he knows full well he's not capable of handling.
it is not his obligation.
opportunity.
It's not his obligation.
You just pointed it out.
It's
not his obligation.
But he has the freedom, the right to do whatever the fuck he want to do.
He knows full well he's not capable of being running for president.
You know what? And we all know that. So why are we, as the
Falling into it.
people,
Falling into it.
giving him attention? Listen, I can say a million things right now. I can go outside and run and walk up and down the street butt naked. If you decide to look at me and crash your damn car, whose fault
not
is
my
that?
fault.
It's not my fault for being butt naked on the street. It's your fault for not paying attention to the road. We are on the road to the next president. If you want to look at the naked man on the side of the road talking about Harriet Tubman, that's your dumbass fault. That is not Kanye's fault. We will deal with him later.
Okay. Again,
White man.
perfect example. Perfect example. This you feel like don't look at the accident that you're driving
Listen,
by.
guess
Okay,
what?
Here, hold on.
Go ahead.
Hear me out, and hear what I'm talking about.
Here you go. With his bulletproof vest on.
Y'all leave it right now.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
sorry
folks.
about
Oh,
that.
y'all missed all the good. I cursed them out.
Y'all
Oh my
heard
God! I
that.
said this. I cursed white man out, and y'all missed
Yeah,
it.
you missed
Oh
it.
my
Oh, darn.
God!
Oh no!
Anywho,
We cannot create that moment ever again.
Yeah.
Y'all
Never again.
missed it. Look.
anywho, to go back to what was said.
Sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear us now?
To go back what was said, the unfortunate thing is you have a person who just fully does not understand the whole concept of what this world is about. He's trying to deal with something, I don't know what he's talking about. He's talking about an event that happened, again, over 400 years ago. We're already at 300 years ago. And somehow you're trying to make it relevant today and still claiming the fact that it was a choice. I don't need that kind of nonsense. I already get that from the freaking orange peel that we got in the office. I don't need the freaking, I don't know what I feel like today. Maybe I'll just dye my hair blonde tonight. I don't need that. Wear my Yeezy outfits and all that stuff. Mind you, it is the Gap.
It's he corrected
Who gives a
himself.
shit about the Gap anyway?
Who?
Number one
Look,
clothing
look,
line.
Who?
Number one.
Whatever. He's been trying to make it big since his music career really ain't all that happening anymore.
But that's you know what? That is purposeful though. He's not really putting into it what he could. I think if he jumped out there again, it would be where it's supposed to be. Because aside the fact that he might have mental issues or whatever it is that people are saying, he is a musical freaking genius, and whatever he touches,
He's a business genius.
whatever he touches.
Okay.
Hold on, whatever he touches, it's going through the roof. Church.
Okay.
Clothing line. He just presented
All right.
this facts.
Okay. Again, let's go back to the
Bring it back down. Okay.
Pastor Kanye.
Okay. Mind you, let's put it this way. One, if he didn't have the music career that pretty much launched his stardom, would he have the church that he puts out there? No. Would he be a fully successful quote unquote clothing designer that he has? No. Why? Because the money that he used from his music business wouldn't help provide that. So honestly, and let's also add in the fact that if he didn't know certain individuals at the time that helped his music career, he wouldn't even have a music career. Am I correct? So to be honest with you, mind you, he could have all the hard work and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But the one thing that launched his thing was his music, and that faded. He put out an album out last year. Barely anyone noticed it.
Let me ask you a
Lies.
You
question.
can say lies, but what I'm saying is, did it really making it in the charts?
It put
no.
some
It did.
somewhere,
It put
but
some
just
screens.
didn't
because
stay
because
there.
because of the fact is like, oh, it's Kanye West. We got music. Mind you, I just posted a video from Hot 97, which pretty much is one of the staples of people to hear new music out there.
Yeah.
They
You
mentioned
hear
it's like,
that?
hey, did Kanye put music out? When you hear that, when it's like, did Kanye put music out? It's like, I think they did. Like, and think of the year that they put it out. That's
Put
a
it
problem.
in. He said put it in.
Put it
Yeah.
in.
Put it in. And then
Put it in.
hanging around with all you folks. And then you add on the fact it's like your main focus has always been either Kim Kardashian and her fat ass or whatever darn crazy ass other situations you're trying to put out there to make yourself again relevant. And that's what really this point is.
He never
It's
fell off though.
Yes, he has.
He didn't.
You don't want to admit that. He really has.
He just had like one of the top gospel albums when he did the gospel church.
Wow, good for him. That's gospel. Does anyone really listen to that?
Oh, Lord. Let me move away before the
Yes.
Lord strike the
Oh, did
Lord.
I mute it? I'm
on.
sorry, I muted again. Anyway, so again, the thing is like this whole thing for Kanye West is all about him being relevant. That's all it is. He just wants.
Yes,
he's like a
sweetie.
baby, just like the other big baby. He's just another baby who wants some attention. And it's like, well, this is your attention. This is what you're getting. Keep it moving.
So,
Like you said,
so who
keep
is this
it
core
moving.
audience then? Who is this core audience, PJ, in the church wise and clothing line wise, white man and music wise?
There's no. The clothing people are kind of like whatever. The music people are kind of like, I feel sorry for him. That's why Jay-Z's not even talking to him anymore.
That was a personal beef.
and
over money.
all that personal beef and stuff like that. But still, it's like, look, they don't want nowhere near with them.
Kanye is the biggest artist.
Attention whore.
He is the biggest artist out right now. He
On what
just
planet?
on
His own?
this planet.
Easy?
This planet.
No.
On this
I
planet
disagree.
Planet Yeezy, you say?
is
It is clear that white man does
He doesn't
not
like Kanye.
Kanye
But
West.
according to these comments,
I have the College Dropout. Pretty much his best album ever. After that, it's
Nothing else?
oh,
Nothing
your
else after
credibility
that.
has just been lost. He said that
After that?
his
After
first
that's
album
done.
ain't even his best
It's
album.
not even
Oh
his
my God.
best. You didn't even get the one.
You
I
are
don't need
out of
to.
your
I- the
freaking
thing
mind.
is, the thing how I base music is based off the singles they put out there.
And that's the problem.
When that's how you feel. I don't base albums just off of side B's and C's all the time.
No, you go based
No,
off the stream. You go off the streams or record sales.
I base off of what I like to listen to.
Who was
Okay.
your favorite artist, if I can ask? Who was your favorite and why?
My favorite artist is let's say the favorite group in that artist is the Police and Sting.
Police and Sting.
Yeah. Based off the
That's like me saying fuck Sting. I don't listen to none of his shit.
No. Well, that's
He said
you.
no.
I'm not gonna discredit all that he done just because I don't listen to his music.
I'm discrediting a person of the music that I listen to.
But when you're discrediting him, why? Because if you listen to College Dropout and you liked it, what was the purpose of you not moving on to album 2?
Because the newer stuff that he put out, I just wasn't feeling. I was disconnected.
Late Registration
I
was
wasn't related
clearly
to
the
what he
best
was putting
Kanye
out.
album.
Registration.
Late Registration. Type in your comment section, everybody, all my people. Type in your comments. Do y'all like College Dropout or Late Registration?
Call
Quick
us.
poll.
232-5700.
Quick poll.
College Dropout or Late Registration. Period.
There you
Point
go.
blank.
Poll.
But the thing is, again, the things after, let's say this, things after, let's say, Late Registration, it just, again, disconnection. I feel like, okay, I'm not really feeling this. And that's sometimes with any artist. Sometimes you feel like, okay, maybe he'll come back on the next album. Nope, wasn't feeling that. Maybe try the other. Nope, wasn't feeling that either. And that's for anybody.
PJ, if you can name me one song of Sting's or the Police, I shall eat this microphone. If you can name
I
me,
know that. You know what's crazy? If you play the song, I would be like, I know it.
I shall eat this microphone.
You just
Right.
you ain't gonna test my gangster with this one. I know a lot of Sting songs and Police songs, but tell me off the top of my head. That's one of those. Oh yeah, that's it. I remember.
These are things I can do without. I know it. Come on. But this is, look, all this. I'm talking to you. Come on. Who was that? Tears for Fears.
I push mayonnaise bins. They call Miracle Whips. Kanye.
Drop your mic. Kanye. Late registration. Graduation, late registration is his best says time. Call us, y'all. Call us and tell us really quickly while he's getting this audio ready.
Yeah, it was sampled by Cameron. I don't know the name of it, but I know Cameron. What type of chick that I'm just.
You gotta give it.
I don't know.
Don't.
I don't know. I don't know the name of that song.
Tell
But
us,
I-
take
but I
away,
heard
white
it.
man.
It's Roxanne.
Roxanne. There we go. See,
That's a classic.
it's definitely a classic. It's
It
definitely.
is.
That's why a lot of rap artists sample. And that's all they do is sample.
Uh-oh.
That's what Kanye West
And
majority
look,
does.
that's what,
Sample.
It's
Funny
artist-
Joey
it's very
went back.
artist
Funny
sample-
Joey said to back white man up, what he is saying is that a lot of rappers are not artists. He has a point.
A lot of rappers are not artists. A lot of rappers are, but you know what? A lot of rappers are not skillfully artists. They're not. But y'all is not gonna tell me that Kanye West falls in that category. I'm sorry.
So if you was to rank,
It takes
since you're clearly a Kanye fan, if you was to rank Kanye, who's his neighbor? Who's Kanye's neighbor? Up or back? I don't care. Side by side, up or back? I don't care.
I mean, the closest person that you can get to Kanye right now, and I'm not even talking like bet number ones or nothing, but just
Yeah.
the level of doing stuff outside of building off of your music career, I would have to say Jay-Z. They move in parallel paths. They both dated somebody that was a celebrity.
Right.
They both used their music and their music business to move on to bigger and better things while still releasing music. And guess what? Their later albums still didn't sell as much as their early albums, but they're still considered GOATs. So as far as right now, I would say the closest person to moving in parallel as far as business and stuff will be Jay-Z. Jay-Z is just not as ignorant as Kanye. That's the only thing.
If he is, he just ain't vocal about it. White man,
He-
use the name somewhere. Who's Kanye's neighbor? Up or back? Since you a music guru, who's his neighbor?
He gonna
Who's
say
comparable?
Sideshow Bob or somebody.
Up or back? Who?
Does it have to be rap?
It doesn't have to be rap. Like if no, as long as you got receipts, PTS receipts.
Okay. Based off of her
Oh,
resume, it's Rihanna. Because pretty much it's more so if you think about it, Kanye's been trying to get into Rihanna's lane more so than especially with the whole Yeezy stuff. Because Rihanna's line, she has 3 different lines and
Yeah.
now come out with a now 4th one. She's in premier brands. She's in a huge, fashion conglomerate that, again, Mr. Kanye West has been trying to get into. So he sells for the Gap. Which
He just listen.
which was
He
later-
had an
which was
Adidas
later-
deal
which was
years
later-
ago.
Okay,
He had the Adidas deal with the Yeezys years ago. The deal that was just
Adidas, again, crazy
is
for
the
wear.
top.
shout out to Adidas because I happen to like
Oh.
Adidas.
He could have settled for Puma if he had a chance.
Do you know who set up for Puma? Rihanna.
Yeah. So, but still.
And
but
Adidas is a
Man,
big-
shout out to
again,
Puma.
but
I got
again,
a
the
pair
thing
of them
is like he's been again trying to catch up to Jay-Z, trying to catch up to Rihanna to in the sense of being bigger and better. But really, again,
They parallel.
no,
Essence said
I
you
don't
gotta
see
have
that. You
Essence
say
said
that, but
you gotta
I don't
have
see
some-
that.
They're parallel. I mean, as far as business moves, they're parallel. Now, I'm not saying character
I'm
or
not saying character either. Business move, you can have the same business move, but it just doesn't look prestige
yeah.
as what you claiming to be. Again, Yeezy and Gap to Fenty brand
This is so laughable
with
to him.
LV, with Louis Vuitton and the other, a corporate fashion corporate
This
brand.
is so laughable to him. Like you are. He should eat at the kids' table right now, right? Look.
Again, this is what again you're trying to, again, and the other thing is he's trying to be. Oh, listen to me. I'm trying to be president again, just like Trump. I don't know why, and you're gonna follow this crazy guy because you claim he's a genius.
Anisha
It-
said, and Rihanna didn't have to marry a celebrity.
Bingo. Because she is the celebrity. She's her own boss.
sounds like
still waiting for
everybody.
R9.
It sounds like everybody in the equation is their own boss right now.
Yeah, but the sad part
Yeah, all
is
right now,
the
Jack.
sad part is if you think about it, has anyone really been in for anything Kanye West, either fashion wise or outside of let's say outside of music wise?
The-
Anyone really fully interested of being a part of that brand?
The last.
As of yesterday.
As of yesterday?
Besides, again, besides the Gap, which again, if you look into
Dude,
the situation-
please pull up the Gap deal, please.
You can
Please pull up the
I
Gap
don't
deal.
need to pull up the because it's the Gap.
Dude,
The
Gap.
Gap has been struggling financially for the last 3 years. Yeah, they
Okay.
will take anybody of his stature.
I think you're giving them a.
Guess what? When a company is struggling, they will give up.
begging
They would
for
go
anybody.
They would give up way over to bring somebody in to help their business. This is how business grew. Period. Your big. What's the biggest company right now that's ever in this world? Right now? Apple. They were struggling.
Yeah, they were.
They were struggling. They had this is years ago. This is late 80s into the 90s. They were struggling. They had another person that was running. What's my man? Steve Jobs left,
Yeah.
and they gave it to somebody else. They was about to be dead in the water. They gave it back to him and gave him the world to run our business. Sometimes a struggling company will do that. And they gave this man a lucrative deal. They gave Kanye a lucrative deal. You can say what it won if they struggling or not. This man has his own brand. He had his own separate brand from Adidas. It was Adidas. It was his own separate brand. They said, this is your own lane, just like how Jordan and Nike did. They said, Nike, we have Nike. You have your own brand, Jordan. It's still underneath for Nike, but you have your own brand. They gave the man a Jordan deal.
So what's your thing with Gap? Like, why are you, and you're emphasizing it? Am I correct? And
Here's why I'm emphasizing it.
Yes.
Because, okay, like I said before, Kanye West has been, since he's launched the Yeezy brand, and we've all seen it.
Yeah.
It's
and liked it.
no.
It's a lot of people that like it.
Okay, again,
Let's get the fashion show shit out the way. We ain't talking about the ripped clothes shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like those too. But
Here's the thing. There's, some people like the shoes. Okay, I'll give them credit for that.
Yes.
Clothing, it's another story. But like I said, he's been trying to get in this fashion thing for a long, long time, and he wanted to get those big time contracts because he feels like his products are, it's prestige and all that stuff. But again, the higher ups look at it as like, what the hell is this? It doesn't, to me. That's why it feels like, okay, it seems great. It looks okay. Mind you, he can have his name out there all he wants, but really it's like, this is not the high fashion type of look that you claim that it is.
I'm not claiming.
That's why it fits for the Gap.
Listen.
Let it be there. Let it be in those malls.
I'm just saying.
But you can see the innovation.
I'm just saying it's a lucrative deal. They gave the man $100 million, and they still say.
You can say even from the ripped clothing, like it's everywhere, and it was the innovation behind that. And smaller companies, excuse me, i.e. For example, like Rainbow and all these little dollar store little companies or whatever, start ripping their shit. And people who realized that they could not pay the $600-700 for a Kanye Yeezy shirt went to Rainbow and looked just as fashionable. So guess what? That brought revenue to them. So the innovation piece, you got to give it to them. I know you don't want to, huh?
What's innovation of I can go to a freaking sports store with get myself a heavy suited sweatshirt and then rip it up to the point sweatshirt and then rip it up to the point where I can have my arms out and all that stuff and try to sell this for $500. But mind you, what I'm saying is like, as far as Kanye West is, that's all it is like, dude, you didn't make it. You didn't sit there and go through years of try to evolutionize an actual clothing, like trying to make something, a shirt that not just you would wear, because you only wear it because you're wearing it because you have to wear it.
I'm not wearing it. I wear it. Black Man Psycho. Yes. Black Man Psycho.
Yes. So mind you can wear your own brand all you want, but the thing is like, well, someone else will wear it. Will you be able to see someone down the line to spend their money for a product that you quote unquote created? No, because it doesn't look like that. I mean, mind you, like I said, it fits for where his stuff, his clothing line fits perfectly for a low-end fashion area.
The Gap.
But
you can have him.
My man is a genius. He just got 100. Listen, but listen to the deal though. You keep leaving it at the Gap. 9 times out of 10, when somebody sell their brand, the other company absorbs the brand. He has $100 million deal with Gap and still has his deal with the Adidas. I'm sorry, Gap is probably on a downshift, and that's probably a reason why he didn't sell the whole damn thing to the Gap. He has a $100 million Gap deal, and he still has his Adidas deal, and he still had the freedom to do whatever the fuck he want to do without being tied down to a corporation. To me, that's a hell of a deal. I'm sorry that if you ever want to put your name on something, you never want to take your creative control off your name. Ask Nick Cannon and Wildin' Out. So listen, it's
for that segue.
It's the biggest thing to me. So at the end of the day, Kanye to me is a genius. You can agree to disagree. I think he's a genius. I think if he sets his mind to do anything, if somebody tells him no, he can't do it, but goddamn, he's gonna put his footprint on it and do it. He might not be very, very successful like being a president. He's not gonna be the fucking president. Nobody believes he's gonna be the president. But the mere fact that he even just got this far, you're like, really? A lot of celebrities haven't even got this far. And to be honest with you, at the end, no one's gonna vote for him. you're going to get a couple people that's going to vote for him. And everybody's saying he's taking votes away from Biden. But he's taking votes away from Biden for Trump. Shit, he might be taking votes away from Trump. So there might be some black people that vote for Trump. Say, fuck that. I bought the last Yeezys. I'm voting for Trump. Vote for Kanye instead of Trump.
Well, it depends
everybody's gullible in every other way. It's not just one way street of being gullible. You're gullible all the way around.
Let me say this, because you had a cute segue to my next thing about Nick Cannon, but you can't really say no one's going to do anything because Trump is in office. That is a perfect example of what the fuck. So you don't know the one thing about the people that are in the polls or whatever, they want different things. I don't know what Kanye has to offer. I don't know after the album come out if he's going to fall off the ballot because he was late for registration. No pun intended.
Registration.
He was late for registration, but
and he's going to drop out. Just like just follow the album titles. Just follow the album. It's already a game plan.
By the way,
you know what?
And there'll be a gap in the election. See, there it goes.
Nick Cannon. Let's talk about Nick Cannon. White man, are you mad because Nick Cannon apologized? If you are, why? PJ, after him, are you mad that Nick Cannon apologized?
Honestly,
and why?
Here's
Y'all cute.
I think the perfect explanation was mentioned on The Breakfast Club by Charlamagne. He says,
respect to Charlamagne.
What in the world are you talking about? A situation that, mind you have no reason to be talking about, and especially not having the proper people to help either not only enhance the discussion, but also help educate it, because all I heard was a bunch of rambling, and I felt like, Nick, what the hell are you talking about, and why are you talking about it now, and especially with the dude who's not someone to counter it. That's what you need. That's what you need. Someone when you have a proper discussion, especially in certain situations where it's something like this massive. I feel like you need more people that is not your skin tone, not your same religion, not your same ideology. So that way the conversation back and forth you can feed off each other and can learn from each other.
Tell me about it.
Unfortunately, Nick Cannon did not learn that. He can have that, damn thing on his head and think he's the wise one from, the whole Johnny Carson days, but really he wasn't that smart when he had that conversation. Now, add on to his apology.
Yes.
It was needed because he knew full well he was in the wrong, and I felt like he should learn from this mistake. Now, the whole Viacom taking away his stuff and all that stuff, that's business, and that's how he should.
So how do you feel after the apology came? Masked Singer still kept him on. Like, thanks, that's what we needed.
If he had to beg and plead to keep his stuff and keep his money and all that stuff, mind you, I was like, I need to keep this. This is what I need. This is my legacy and all that stuff. Mind you, Nick Cannon, another disgraced rapper, but a smart businessman, I'll give him that, but not that smart. But not that smart because, but not that smart because, mind you, he shouldn't have put himself in that position where he had to fearfully lose the things that he created. Because if he was smart enough, especially the years that he built this thing, he could have. You've been in the game for at least a good 20 plus years, dude. You should have known the fact it's like, hey, you try to hold on to the stuff that you created and never let it slip away from you.
Next. Come on, PJ.
Stand by Nick Cannon.
And why?
Because what he was saying, he was dropping gems. Unfortunately.
Someone said cut white man's mic too, by the way.
Unfortunately. I saw no wrong in what he said. Now, I'm not saying he was 100% factually correct. He did have some truth in what he said, but unfortunately...
Can I pause you for a second? Anissa said, what exactly did he say that was so wrong? Real question. So I want you
Well, that's my stand. But this is the thing, and it's a bigger picture than Nick Cannon, because I believe Nick Cannon is very intelligent. He's a very smart individual. He's put himself around some very intelligent people that knows about our history and knows you know, that has good faith for what our black history, what our black future is supposed to be. So he came into that podcast with good space, with good intent. I think the message wasn't delivered clear enough. And I think the only people that got it was the people that actually understood what he's saying. So if you was saying that to somebody that had zero idea what he was talking about, that was very ignorant to the fact, you wasn't gonna like it, or you wasn't gonna be able to understand where he was coming from, and it was gonna come off as gibberish. But I feel like,
or his opinion, or it could have been like
it sounds very opinionated.
Yeah.
So my thing is, and this is our problem, and it goes back to when you remember when George Floyd died, and we was like, why is this celebrity not speaking out? Why this celebrity's not saying something? Oh, you had the opportunity. This shows you that every single person is not great at articulating a message. They might have the perfect message in their head. They might have the intent, but every person is not wise enough, or don't have the gift to articulate, to convert the masses that don't understand, but also have the people that do understand, like, that's what we've been trying to say the whole damn time. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that podcast, what he should have did, if he know he was going to get on that podcast, he should have had a round table. And this is how conversations, this is how stuff gets fact checked, and this is how you put somebody down that might have those counter arguments.
Yep.
If he was sitting across somebody that believes the same way that he believes, and somebody that does not believe in anything that he's going to say,
right,
and they had those people at the round table and they was discussing the fact, this conversation would have went way more educated. What's the word? Educated. There we go. Hooked on phonics. Passed it. Yeah. Bow. Boom. So it would have been a better conversation.
It would have been received more.
And Viacom dropping him, they've been looking to drop him for a while, and this was their reason. So the apology, honestly, this man must have been getting death. I truly believe he must have been getting death threats, or something was to harm his family, or harm something, because he knew his dollars was in jeopardy when he jumped out there and did the podcast. He jumped out there being with Farrakhan, being out with the likes of Farrakhan. Refusing shows.
I don't think he knew that. I think that he thought that he laid enough pavement, enough road to write his own checks, because that's probably what he's been doing so long.
He might have built something where his fear, like the fear, has gone away, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do." But I feel that sometimes we need assistance. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's been times I've been on live with you, and I'll be ready to articulate something, and I'll be like, God, thank God Batman came in, because he can say it way better than I can say it.
Because people can hear it, but it's just the way that they convey it. Caller, who we talking to?
It's Mother.
Hey, what's up, Essence? Hey. What up, though? Please, honey, shed some light or comment or question or some whatever you gotta say. Whose side you on?
So let me just say this. I stand behind Nick 100% because, so here's my thing. Now, everybody instantly jumped on his neck when he made the comment, but people don't understand. What they didn't understand at first was he was actually speaking truth. It, like most people have realized, yes, the delivery was a little bit aggressive, so it was easily misconstrued. Now, him having Professor Griff there, for those of you that know,
was Professor
Griff's background.
Yes. It
would have been a lot better had they been bouncing back and forth on each other. But Nick, what I peeped with Nick was he's like that one kid in the classroom that knows the answer to every question. And he wanted to put that out there like, I know this. Look how smart I am. I know this. Not negating that he's, brilliant. Listen, for white man to make the comment about, when he wear the thing around his head, Nick has been doing research. Nick has been studying, which is why he started wearing the turban on his head. He didn't just start wearing it because it was a fashion thing. He started wrapping his head once he started really digging into his lineage, digging into, doing his history homework, his real history homework, the real history homework of the original people, the Aborigines, taking it back all the way back to the Moors. So when he started doing his homework there, that's when more of a conscious Nick turned up. Then you started to forget about the failed rap career that never was. So for people to be on some henpeck, jumping bean shit, like for real, cut that. Either you with him or you not. Same thing. Let me throw in a caveat. Same thing with Bubba Wallace. Everybody was, oh man, that's messed up. What happened with Bubba Wallace? And then when it came back that he wasn't a victim, oh, he tried to make a situation about him. No, he didn't. Not at all. Because he wasn't the one who discovered the noose. Mm-hmm. It was NASCAR officials that discovered it and brought it to the authorities. Because only certain people are allowed in the garage.
Yes.
So people who, when I pay attention to stuff like this, it's like, it amazes me that some of these people are even like my age or older, and their thought process is just like younger than my 3-year-old niece.
Hey.
So again, I stand behind Nick 100%. I'm with you, PJ. Like, people got to take time and really listen. And another thing, because there's some people that I know that are listening and watching. When you throw posts up there talking about this, please make sure you've already listened to the interview, watched the interview, read the actual article. Because when you get fact-checked trying to fact-check something else that you didn't even do your research on, come on now. You out here looking like a whole Kanye.
Uh-oh.
I'm just saying.
Look, white man is tickled.
Late registration still the best album.
Gap. Thank you, Essence.
On that note, love, peace, and light.
Go Suburban, don't go nowhere. We love you. Hey, Tone, give us a call, babe. Tone says, I got to chime in on this one. We got a caller? Hello. Who we talking to?
Hey, this is Batman.
What's up, Batman? Hey,
Batman.
what up, though?
What's up, good people?
Happy Monday.
Happy what?
Happy Monday.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Hey, listen, that Nick Cannon thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Every once in a while, you niggas got to be told who runs this world.
Ooh.
I need to say that again, Queen.
Say it again for the people in the satellite park.
Every once in a while, you niggas got to be reminded who runs this world. Regardless if what Nick Cannon said was truth or not, and which it was, we are descendants of the Hebrews and all that kind of stuff. We talked about that on your show before, Queen.
Yes, sir. Yes, we have.
That's not something that's a real popular conversation amongst us, amongst the masses. However, people like Nick Cannon, who got those millions from entertaining white people, you need to stay in that lane. Everything is not to be talked about on your show. So when you got Professor Griff on there, you're going to take on his spirit.
Yep.
Because Professor Griff is a rebel.
Come on.
So when you get into the conversation, you're going to forget who you work for, nigga.
Wasn't this the same thing that Arsenio went through when he put Farrakhan on the show?
They told him not to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you're going to speak truth like that, and reveal things like who the true Semitic people are, which is us, and all that, you got to be prepared to stand alone. If you're not Kaepernick, if you're not prepared to walk by yourself, then don't say anything.
Look, and decrease that income stream. You ain't prepared to walk away from that and decrease that income stream.
That's where the apology part. I think. I don't know if this with you, Bruce, but the apology thing offended a lot of people because what you're saying is he should have stayed in his lane.
Backpedal.
But if you're going to jump out there, if you're going to jump in that lake, prepare to get all the way wet. You just ain't going to jump feet first. So if you're going head first, or feet, I'm going to say feet, well, whatever. If you're ready to jump in that lake, you better be ready to get wet. And I think that, shut up. I think that apology offended people because now you're looking like you backsliding.
Batman. So let me ask you, was he negligent in his moves? And is the the bottom line is that he should have just walked his line and just let the guest say all the shit that he wanted to say and not try to teach at that moment.
Absolutely. He should have let Professor Griff do what Professor Griff does. And he should have apologized so he can get his money back.
Are you listen? You said he shouldn't have or he should have.
He should have apologized.
So okay, let me spin this a little bit because I did a half of a post on this, right, and I ended up removing it only because I wanted to speak on it here. But if you are in a position where you make a statement and you really don't realize the backlash or the hurt behind a statement that could be viewed as ignorant by the people who don't really understand what you're talking about, is it wrong for you to sincerely say, look, my bad, I said what I said, I apologize that it hurt you or that I offended you? Is he wrong for that?
No, he's
as a
not
man.
wrong for that.
I'm sorry?
As a man, absolutely. He's not wrong for that. However, I don't think that's the spirit under which he apologized.
I don't think so. I
think he purchased with the millions and millions and millions of dollars that he has made over the years. He has purchased things that requires you to have millions and millions of dollars to maintain. So for his money to be cut off by them firing him, he was going to feel that later on.
Yeah, like his employees.
So he went back and he apologized to the white man and asked the white man or begged the white man for forgiveness and please give me my job back on the plantation.
So look, people are mad. People are mad. Batman, they're. Listen. I think that we have great big opinions until our feet are in those shoes. Now, I don't know what his stand like. I don't know that his everyday walk is to speak Judaism and to tell you about the Hebrews. I don't know if his everyday walk is that. If his everyday walk is that, fuck that. I ain't apologizing. I'm taking just like you said. If this is a segment today that we're doing on this show, and I know what I know, and I said it, and I fucked up, I got staff. Now I'm being devil's advocate, Batman. You know me. I got staff. I got 4 kids, and I got 2 wives. I got a girlfriend on the side. I got a company I'm running.
Damn.
I got a company I'm running. I got an income stream. I got a name. I got a brand. Why are you mad at me for protecting that? Does my apology still mean I don't believe it, or does my apology mean that I'm a fake ass nigga?
What's the?
Or I'm sorry. The apology. Yeah, I'm sorry. Does the apology mean that I didn't mean what I said, or I mean I meant what I said, but I gotta apologize because of this, or I'm a fake ass nigga?
Hey Batman, can I say something real quick? If we gotta accept what an apology is. If he has all those things, this is my opinion. If he has all those things and he cherished all those things and all those things mean to him, and he's apologizing because he doesn't want to lose those things, and he apologizes because he might have saw what people are getting upset at. At the end of the day, he gotta apologize for himself. That's the problem. We get a lot of people that apologize for other people, and they're not apologizing for himself. And what he did was, if he finds that he needs that money, he needs those businesses, he needs those brands, he needs that for to stay afloat, he's apologizing for himself, not on the behalf of all black people, unfortunately.
Absolutely. And when you get to that level that he is at, financially and socially, in this country, you don't care what niggas say, because niggas gonna say something one way or the other way. So no, bro, don't lose your money because a couple of niggas is mad at you. No, you don't lose your money for that.
So explain to me.
Because when you gotta,
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I heard a pause. You know me. Sorry.
When you have to bury your kids, when you gotta send your kids to college, when you gotta pay that mortgage, ain't none of these Negroes, coloreds, African Americans, whatever we call ourselves these days, none of them are gonna be there to assist you. The only thing that we can bring to the table as black people is our emotions and opinions. And that's it. So therefore, I salute that brother. You go back and you apologize. And you keep making that bread so you can help more people than you can by hurting them.
Yeah, I think he had ideas of grandeur. He had ideals of grandeur that day. I think he was a little bit bigger, and his draws was a little bit bigger that day than he really realized. And just like you said, Batman, they will show you that
They'll show you who runs this country.
the tail does not wag the dog.
It shows you.
Yeah, he let Professor Griff pump him up.
He did. He did.
Yeah, I've been in the room with Professor Griff. That spirit will get on you, man. You'd be ready to go kill somebody. Listen to that brother long enough. You know what I'm saying? However, Professor Griff only got $25 in his pocket, so he can do that.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
And look, he lived that though. He walked, talked, eat, and lived that.
Lived that.
Has been since the 80s.
He's not looking to be on the Grammys, or he's not looking to be on television
Correct.
anymore. He know that's a wrap.
Correct.
You know, he's underground from here on out until he closes his eyes. He's going to be doing things underground.
Since the
Nick Cannon
80s.
is still in the forefront.
Since the 80s.
So he can't say stuff like that.
And I think
Especially when your boss is Jewish.
Exactly. Ashkenazi Jews will call you anti-Semitic in a minute.
Correct.
that's why
Thanks, Batman.
it's thank you, Batman.
Appreciate your comment.
Appreciate it. And that's why I said
sure.
circle back around where I said it was planned poorly. I believe what he said was all true, and I believe that he was dropping gems, but he could have had whoever sitting at the table. Be a host. You're a podcast host now. Put your host role on.
Yep.
He took the job of the guy that he brought onto the show.
Yep,
That's
did
like
that.
Batman coming onto the show, and I'm saying, hold up, Batman, I'm about to school you on something, and I'm going to just hog the mic up.
No, I brought you here.
And then
for your
I get mad
expertise.
because I was sharing, I get the blame. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'm trying to impress you though.
yeah, I believe. And so once again, he should have had a
my
round
hero.
table. He should have had a round. I believe he should have had a round table. I'm not disputing anything that he said.
No. It
He
wasn't
should have
the
had. He
conversation.
should have had a round table,
There should have been another person,
Correct.
like you said, at that table.
or just let his guest say what he get, say what he made, because they obviously was flowing on the same vibes.
Yo, that's what he's saying. That there
Yeah.
should have been someone to counter that, to break that up.
I mean,
to
mind you,
have
because
a back and
yeah,
forth.
because let's put it this way: with Professor Griff there, everyone's saying he fed off that energy. It's like true, yeah, because
Hey, shout out to Fat Cat.
he's well known and everything, and he wanted, like you said. Like everyone's to say, oh, he's trying to, let me school you something. Let me tell you. It's like
Yeah.
a little kid telling his dad, "Dad, look what I learned today. Let me tell you." And that's what I got out of it. And then at the same time, it's like, okay, Professor Griff didn't counter it or anything, which is one thing. But then, like I said, you always need the opposite of what is being said, because without a person of the opposite,
It's all.
it's just a one-way
It's one
street
note.
of a dialogue.
One
That's
note.
why Fox News is a perfect example. It's just one guy saying a whole bunch of stuff and no one to counter. And when they do, everyone the host will try to quote unquote school that person who so well, let me tell you about this and let me tell you about that. Or they'll bring in someone who's the exact same, and all it is a bunch of one-way street stuff.
Just one
And really,
note.
it's like, okay, I'm just getting echoes of nothing.
And people
So-
are offended because they think that you
Right.
take whatever you're saying as Bible, and now I have to step up and let you know, nah,
All right.
and use my power.
You got 4 minutes, caller.
You got 4 minutes, caller.
Or better yet, 2.
Who this?
All
2
right,
minutes.
This is Siren.
Hey, Siren. What up,
Hi,
though?
I'm
Happy
gonna keep it
Monday.
short,
2
and
minutes.
This is the thing. I hear y'all talking about, he was feeding off the guy's energy. But if this is your job or whatever, your place of business podcast, it doesn't matter. He knows his stature. So I've had a person come to my job, a customer, and had a nerve to try to demand something from me and call me a bitch. Okay, guess what? I could have been Shaniqua, even though I'm not. So I told her, looked her straight in the face and was like, I'm the bitch that won't give you what you want. And I walked away. Because you don't have to pop out there and try to jump on somebody. That's what they try to do. They try to. I'm not saying that that was what it was about or anything, but you are in control of what you do. So, yes, that man could have been influential and all that other stuff. You got to stay in your lane sometimes.
Indeed.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. But you know what? There's consequences to whatever you do on either side, good, bad, and indifferent. And when you sit in this chair and your name is on a door or your name is on a bill, understand that people are looking at you, and you got to be able to take that heat. You don't go home and write a note and say your destination is heaven. You don't go home and you apologize and then write a letter trying to leave here, like, because that tells the people something. Like, what happened to you between the time that the show ended and the time that the comments of Black Twitter and the black people came out here and you apologized? And what happened to you? What happened to that? Like, people are disappointed. People are disappointed. If you got a stance, you keep that stance. But and I think it's an honorable way to do anything. I just was mad that you went home and tried to take the suicide route. Like, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I mean, if he, like I said earlier, if he didn't want to jump in if he didn't want to get wet, don't jump in the water
head first.
But if his end game was to educate our people, he had a perfect guest on his show to do that.
He did.
He took the mic from the guy that was supposed to be doing the education. He stood up in front of the classroom and gave everybody the exam.
So guess what? All the shots gonna come. Guess what? All the shots gonna come.
They're gonna come at you. You in the front of the classroom. Pow pow. Bang bang. You gone. He got him.
Guess what? Today, this was Real Talk. This Monday, it's a nice round table. We got what Nick Cannon should have had. Hey.
A round table.
So we got to get up out of here. It's 6:54. We see y'all next Monday. Tom gonna be back in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman, for stepping in. White man. Till next week. We love y'all. Y'all
Kanye
stay
for
safe,
life.
drink water, and wear no drawers.
Late
Peace.
registration.